Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Tanvi Taneja with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to review the COVID-19 situation with Chief Ministers at 3 p.m. today. Railways to run 15 special passenger trains from tomorrow. Online booking of tickets opens at 4 p.m. today. Home Ministry asks states to make necessary arrangements for transportation of migrant workers. Supreme Court orders setting up of a high-powered committee to consider restoration of 4G internet services in Jammu and Kashmir. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray files his nomination for the Legislative Council elections. Government says sowing area coverage of summer crops has increased significantly in the country. National Technology Day marking the 22nd anniversary of Pokhran nuclear tests being celebrated today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold a meeting with state chief ministers through video conferencing at 3 p.m. today. Mr. Modi will review the country's progress in containing the coronavirus pandemic. Discussion on further relaxations to boost economic activities is likely to take place. The meeting will be attended by Home Minister Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, Health Minister Harshvardhan and some senior officials. More from our correspondent.
This will be the Prime Minister's fifth video conference with the Chief Ministers since the announcement of nationwide lockdown in March. As the country enters into the last week of its third phase of lockdown, the meeting is very crucial in terms of finalizing the roadmap ahead. In his monthly radio address, Mann Ki Baat, last month Prime Minister said the country is in the middle of a war and asserted that people have to continue being careful and take precautions. His note of caution came amidst gradual exemptions being granted by the centre and states to revive economic activities. Few state governments' demand regarding visiting the idea of demarcating red, orange and green zones is high on the table. Decision over measures to further boost up economic activities and address migrant worker issues is as well on the agenda of this meeting. Prime Minister's this meet yet again stamps his belief of inclusive decision-making where views of all stakeholders are necessarily considered. Anand Chaturvedi, AIR News, Delhi.
The Indian Railways has announced gradual restart of passenger train services from tomorrow. Initially, 15 pairs of trains will ply with passengers on board. These trains will be run as special trains from New Delhi station connecting Dibrugarh, Agartala, Howrah, Patna, Bilaspur, Ranchi, Bhubaneswar, Sikandrabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, Thiruvananthapuram, Madgaon, Mumbai Central and Ahmedabad. More from our correspondent.
Booking for reservation in these trains will start at 4 p.m. today and will be available only on the IRCTC website. Ticket booking counters at the railway stations will remain closed and counter tickets will not be issued. Only passengers with valid confirmed tickets will be allowed to enter the railway stations. Passengers will have to wear face cover and undergo screening at departure and only asymptomatic passengers will be allowed to board the train. All passenger train services were suspended due to a lockdown announced on 25th of March. After the resumption of these 15 services, railways will start more special services on new routes based on the available coaches after reserving 20,000 coaches for COVID-19 care centers, an adequate number of coaches being reserved to enable operation of up to 300 trains every day as Shramik Special for standard migrants. With Anand Chaturvedi, Anupam Mishra, AI News, Delhi.
Meanwhile, Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. Jitendra Singh, has informed that the first passenger train from Delhi to Jammu will restart from the 13th of this month instead of tomorrow so that the authorities get enough time to make required arrangements at Jammu railway station.
In a bid to ferry more migrants, the railways today decided to carry around 1,700 passengers on board its Shramik special trains instead of the current 1,200. According to an order issued, the railway zones have also been asked to provide 3 stoppages in the destination state other than the final stop at the request of the state governments. It also said that the train capacity should be equal to the number of sleeper berths on the train. The Shramik special trains have 24 coaches with the capacity to carry 72 passengers in every coach. Currently, these trains are running with 54 passengers in each coach due to social distancing norms. So far, the Indian Railways has ferried over 5 lakh passengers since 1st of May. A total of 468 Shramik special trains have been operationalized from various states across the country as of today by the Indian Railways. 363 trains reached their destinations and 105 trains are in transit. During the journey, passengers are given free meals and water. 172 trains terminated in Uttar Pradesh, 100 in Bihar, 30 in Madhya Pradesh, 25 in Odisha and 22 trains terminated in Jharkhand. 4 trains terminated in Rajasthan, 3 in Maharashtra, 2 each in Telangana and West Bengal and 1 each in Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Subsequent to the Home Ministry's order regarding movement of migrant workers, pilgrims, tourists, students and other persons stranded at different places by special trains, Indian Railways decided to run Shramik special trains.
Union Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla, in a letter written to Chief Secretaries of States, has asked to provide necessary assistance for movement of migrant workers in buses and Shramik special trains arranged for them. Making a reference to the meeting of the Cabinet Secretary with the State Chief Secretaries and Health Secretaries, which took place yesterday, Mr. Bhalla said the situation of migrant workers walking on the road and on the railway track has been noted with great concern. Citing the centre's nod regarding movement of migrant workers by buses and Shramik special trains, he urged state and union territory governments to ensure that migrant workers do not go on foot on road and railway tracks. Union Home Secretary said in case migrant workers are found walking down the road or the rail track, they should be counselled and taken to nearby shelters. States have also been asked to ensure food and water to such migrant workers till the time they are facilitated to board the Shramik special trains or buses to their native places. Mr. Bhalla has asked for cooperation of governments of all states and union territories in running of more number of Shramik special trains so that travel of stranded migrant workers can be facilitated at a faster rate. He also raised concern regarding reports of a few states not allowing opening of private clinics and nursing homes.
National Institute of Virology in Pune has developed the country's first indigenous antibody-based ELISA test kit, COVID Kavach, for diagnosis of novel coronavirus. This kit is expected to change the dynamics of COVID-19 testing in the country. The kit has displayed high sensitivity and accuracy in the validation tests at different sites. It can test around 90 samples in approximately 2.5 hours. In a tweet, Union Health Minister Harshvardhan said that ELISA-based testing can easily be operated even at district level. He informed that the technology has been transferred to pharmaceutical manufacturing companies for mass-scale production. Hyderabad-based Defence Research and Development Organisation DRDO Lab has developed automated ultraviolet systems to sanitize electronic gadgets, papers and currency notes. The Defence Ministry said the device, Defence Research Ultraviolet Sanitizer DRUVS, has been designed to sanitize mobile phones, iPads, laptops, currency notes, check leaves, challans, passbooks, paper and envelopes. Bundles of currency notes can be sanitized using this device. The Defence Research Ultraviolet Sanitizers is having contactless operation, which is very important to contain the spread of virus. It provides 360-degree exposure of ultraviolet to the objects placed inside the cabinet. Once the sanitization is done, the system goes in sleep mode, hence the operator need not wait or stand near the device.
The Department of Biotechnology and Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council DBTBI-RSC Research Consortium has recommended 70 proposals for funding in vaccines, diagnostics, therapeutics and other technologies. The shortlisted proposals include 10 vaccine candidates, 34 diagnostics products, 10 therapeutics options, 2 proposals on drug repurposing and 14 projects which are categorized as preventive interventions. Science and Technology Ministry said to urgently develop safe and effective biomedical solutions against SARS-CoV-2. DBT BIRAC had invited applications for COVID-19 Research Consortium. In addition, BIRAC has also created a provision to fund COVID-19 solutions that are ready for immediate deployment under a fast-track review process. Through this initiative, startups with PPE solutions have been approved for support manufacturing of full-body coverage suits to Arna Biomedical Products and for face shields to Alpha Corpuscles Private Limited. In an effort to guard against fake news being circulated on various platforms, we bring you our segment on fact-checking and mythbusters. The government has dismissed a WhatsApp message claiming that https://ayushman-yojana.org is the official website of Ayushman Bharat Yojana. In a tweet, the Press Information Bureau described it as false. It said the National Health Authority has clarified that www.pmjay.gov.in is the only official website of Ayushman Bharat Yojana.
As part of Samudra Setu program, second ship of Indian Navy has left for Kochi in Kerala from Maldives. It is expected to reach Kochi by tomorrow evening, carrying 202 Indian nationals, including 24 women and 2 children. All safety precautions were in place as the evacuees were screened medically and their baggage disinfected before their journey commenced. Earlier, INS Jalashva had reached Kochi yesterday, bringing back 698 people from Maldives. Both ships are scheduled to return to Malé for further evacuation, and the next lot of people are to be ferried to Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. The second Air India flight landed in Hyderabad under Vande Bharat mission this morning. The evacuation flight AI 1617 from San Francisco in the United States to Hyderabad via Mumbai landed at the Samshabad International Airport with 118 passengers on board. All the passengers have undergone medical screening as per guidelines of the Union Health and Family Welfare Ministry, and passengers have been sent for quarantine for 14 days at the designated centres and also at identified hotels as per the choice of the passengers.
In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you views of leading medical experts on COVID-19. Talking to AIR News, Dr. Uma Kumar, Head of Rheumatology Department, AIMS, suggested to people to follow social distancing, hand hygiene and cough etiquette.
Corona infection, it's a new infection and nothing much is known about this virus. You call it treatment or you call it prevention. The only thing which helps is social distancing or physical distancing. Along with it, you have like hand hygiene, washing your hands very frequently.
President of Public Health Foundation of India, Dr. K. Srinath Reddy, said India is in a much better position as compared to the rest of the world as far as the COVID-19 cases are concerned, and the measures taken are yielding results.
Social distancing is a very effective measure for preventing the transmission of the virus from an infected person to a non-infected person. So we must maintain a distance of at least 2 meters between ourselves and another person so that we can prevent this virus from traveling between 2 people. We must also ensure that this happens both outside in the market but also in offices where we have to work together with other people.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. Before we move on, a reminder of the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to review the COVID-19 situation with the Chief Ministers at 3 p.m. today. Railways to run 15 special passenger trains from tomorrow. Online booking of tickets opens at 4 p.m. today. Home Ministry asks states to make necessary arrangements for transportation of migrant workers. Supreme Court orders setting up of a high-powered committee to consider the restoration of 4G internet services in Jammu and Kashmir. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray files his nomination for the Legislative Council elections. Government says sowing area coverage of summer crops has increased significantly in the country. And National Technology Day, marking the 22nd anniversary of Pokhran nuclear tests, being celebrated today. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
The first Shramik special train carrying 1,208 migrant workers belonging to Chhattisgarh who were stranded in Gujarat due to the lockdown arrived at Bilaspur station this morning. A report from our Raipur correspondent.
Shramik special train carrying migrant workers and students from Gujarat reached Bilaspur station of Chhattisgarh this morning. More than 1,200 people have reached Chhattisgarh through this Shramik special train. These people were stranded in various places in Gujarat due to the lockdown. The train started from Ahmedabad and reached Bilaspur via Godhra, Ratlam, Bina and Katni. After reaching Bilaspur, all the passengers were given the mask and hand sanitizer at the platform. Screening and health checkup was conducted. All these labourers will be sent by buses to their villages and towns where they will have to stay in the quarantine center for 14 days. About 60 buses have been deployed for this purpose. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
The Rajasthan government has issued new guidelines to make the system easier for issuing passes to people during the lockdown. Under the new system, no pass is required for movement within the district and inter-district for permissible activities. These guidelines have been implemented from today, and this rebate will be allowed from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. More from our correspondent.
District collectors and other district level officers have been authorized to issue passes to people for travelling other states by their own vehicles. District collectors are authorized to issue passes for travel to other states by bus and train. District collectors are empowered to issue passes for the curfew areas also. The pass issued by the respective state will be valid for those who coming to Rajasthan from other states. If that state asks for NOC of Rajasthan, the concerned district collector will issue NOC. Meanwhile, 84 people have been tested positive for COVID-19 in the state today, out of which 40 are from Udaipur. On the other hand, all 61 BSF Jawans Jodhpur tested positive earlier have been recovered and discharged from the hospital. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
Kerala created another milestone as the worst affected and hotspot district. Kasaragod becomes COVID-free with all the patients recovering completely from COVID-19. We have a report.
Kasaragod was the worst district in Kerala that reported 178 COVID-19 cases, amounting to 35% of total 512 cases reported so far in the state. As the last patient under treatment recovered from COVID-19 last day, it marked a remarkable achievement as the district recorded a 100% recovery rate with no casualties. Kasaragod reported the first case in February 3rd with travel history from Wuhan. By March 3rd week, the cases rose, with the district becoming the epicenter of COVID in Kerala. Apart from guidelines issued by the central and state government, Kasaragod evolved its own protocol. It involved aggressive surveillance, contact tracing, intensive sealing of hotspots, triple lockdown in the district, aggressive door-to-door surveys by health workers, and most importantly, a tweaked quarantine protocol of up to 55 days. Even the home quarantine was tweaked to room quarantine with daily inspection by health and police officials. The first exclusive COVID hospital in Kerala was made functional in Kasaragod within just 4 days. The Health Minister K.K. Shailaja said that the achievement of Kasaragod is truly commendable and it instills hope and confidence in the system. Minister further insisted on continued alert as the state enters the third stage with more returnees coming from abroad and from other hotspots of the country. Presently, 20 active COVID cases are there in Kerala. Meanwhile, 2 more flights carrying expatriates will arrive in Kerala today. A flight from Bahrain to Kozhikode and another flight from Dubai to Kochi is scheduled to arrive tonight. Mayusha for AIR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program today will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19. Dr. Balwinder Singh, senior physician at the Safdarjung Hospital, will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free telephone number 1800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard tonight on the FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:25 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for regular updates.
The Indian Railways has always been at the forefront of serving the nation. DD News correspondent spoke to Railway Board Chairman Vinod Kumar Yadav on the efforts made by the railways to carry out the transportation of migrant workers and essential goods across the nation during the current pandemic. Mr. Yadav said the lockdown period is challenging for the railways, but our workers worked round the clock and provided all essential services to the nation.
जो लॉकडाउन हुआ उस लॉकडाउन में हमको जो एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज थी वो सबको पहुंचे और एक ये बहुत बड़ी चुनौती थी जिसके साथ साथ ये भी चुनौती थी कि जो हमारे पावर प्लांट्स हैं उसमें कोल की अवेलेबिलिटी रहे ताकि ये बिजली चलती रहे। तो भारतीय रेल के जो कर्मचारी थे उन्होंने 24 घंटे फ्रेट ट्रेन चलाई जिससे कि एसेंशियल कमोडिटी पहुंचाई गई हर जगह और पावर प्लांट्स में कोल पहुंचाए गए। फिर हमने एक नया निर्णय लिया कि हम टाइम टेबल पार्सल ट्रेन चलाएंगे और टाइम टेबल पार्सल ट्रेन चलाने का मकसद ये था कि जो दवा है, मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट है, इस तरह की जो चीजें हैं वो हम समय से पहुंचा सकें। उसके बाद से भारतीय रेल ने ये देखा कि जगह जगह स्टेशन पे कुछ ऐसे लोग थे जिनको खाने की दिक्कत थी तो उनको हमने मदद करना शुरू किया और IRCTC के साथ मिलके जो भी रेल क्षेत्र के परिसर के आसपास जो लोग भी ये जरूरतमंद थे उनको हमने खाना दिया। उसके बाद से हमने जो हमारा रेलवे के हॉस्पिटल्स हैं उनको तैयार कराया। जो एक PPE की कमी थी हमारे यहाँ कवरऑल, तो जल्दी जल्दी रेलवे के जो कर्मचारी अपना खुद का एक प्रोडक्शन शुरू किया, उसको हम लोगों ने टेस्ट कराया और हम अपना PPE बनाने लगे, मास्क बनाने लगे, सैनिटाइजर बनाने लगे और इस तरह से जो एक पूरे समाज के लिए जो करना चाहिए रेलवे ने एक बिल्कुल व्यापक पैमाने पर किया।
On the issue of transportation of migrant labourers, he said from May the 1st till today, the railways has run 350 trains and more than 4 lakh labourers have been shifted to their native places.
भारतीय रेल ने जो 1 मई को जो श्रमिक दिवस है उस दिन से एक श्रमिक स्पेशल चलाने का निर्णय लिया और 1 तारीख से लेके आज तक हमने 350 से ज्यादा ट्रेनें चलाई। 4 लाख से ज्यादा जो हमारे प्रवासी श्रमिक भाई हैं उनको हमने उनके गंतव्य स्थान उनके प्रदेश में पहुंचाने का काम पूरा किया और इसके लिए जो हमारे राज्य सरकारें हैं उनके साथ एक समन्वय बना के जहां पे हमारे श्रमिक भाई रह रहे हैं और जहां उनको जाना है जिसको कि हम कहते हैं कि सेंडिंग स्टेट और रिसीविंग स्टेट, इनके साथ एक पूरा तारतम्य बना के और हमने ट्रेनें चलाई।
Mr. Yadav also spoke about ramping up the train services in coming times.
रेलवे ने जो एक निर्णय लिया कि जो हमारे श्रमिक भाई हैं उनको पहुंचाएं और आने वाले दिनों में हम इसको और रैंप अप कर रहे हैं। अगर मैं आपको बताऊं कि कल हमने एक दिन में 80 ट्रेनें चलाई हैं। 80 ट्रेन चला के करीब 1 लाख श्रमिक भाइयों को हमने जर्नी कराई है। आने वाले दिनों में हमने अगले हफ्ते के लिए जो एक प्रोग्राम बनाया है सारे राज्य सरकारों से बात करके, वो करीब 700-800 और ट्रेनों का बनाया है। धीरे धीरे हमको प्रतिदिन 100 से ज्यादा ट्रेनें करते करते हम इसको 150-200 ट्रेनों तक पहुंचाना चाहते हैं और हम चाहते हैं कि जो भी हमारे प्रवासी श्रमिक भाई यात्रा करके अपने यहाँ जाना चाहते हैं उन सबको एक समयबद्ध तरीके से हम वहां पे पहुंचा सकें।
The Agriculture Ministry has said that sowing area coverage of summer crops has increased significantly in the country. About 34.87 lakh hectare area has been brought under summer rice coverage as compared to 25.29 lakh hectares during the corresponding period last year. The ministry said pulses have been sown in nearly 10.35 lakh hectare area as compared to 5.92 lakh hectares during the corresponding period of last year. Coarse cereals have been sown in about 9.57 lakh hectare area, while about 9.17 lakh hectare area has been brought under oilseeds coverage. The ministry said that during the Rabi marketing season 2020-21, a total of 241.36 lakh metric tons wheat has arrived in the Food Corporation of India, out of which 233.51 lakh metric tons was purchased. A total of 3,206 designated procurement centres for Rabi pulses and oilseeds are available in 11 states. It also said 2.74 lakh metric tons gram has been procured from 9 states, 1.71 lakh metric tons tur from 8 states and 3.40 lakh metric tons mustard from 5 states.
The Supreme Court today ordered setting up of a high-powered committee headed by Secretary Ministry of Home Affairs to consider pleas seeking restoration of 4G internet services in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. A bench comprising Justices N.V. Ramana, Justices R. Subhash Reddy and B.R. Gavai said the committee would also include the Chief Secretary of the UT and the Secretary of Ministry of Communications to look into the demands by petitioners seeking restoration of 4G internet speed there. Pronouncing the verdict on a batch of pleas filed by Foundation for Media Professionals, Soeb Qureshi and Private Schools Association of Jammu and Kashmir, the bench said it needed to ensure the balance of national security and human rights. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray today filed his nomination for the Legislative Council elections to be held on 21st of this month. Apart from Thackeray, Neelam Gore, renominated by the Shiv Sena, also filed her papers today. Uddhav will be the second from the Thackeray family to contest an election. In October last year, Aditya Thackeray became the first person from the Thackeray family to contest the polls and enter the state legislature. According to the EC notification, the last date to file the nomination is May 11th and the date for withdrawal of nomination is May 14th. The election on the 9 seats of the Legislative Council is scheduled to be held on May 21st.
National Technology Day is being observed today to signify the glorious achievements of Indian science and technology. On this day, in 1998, India successfully carried out nuclear tests in Rajasthan's Pokhran. On the same day, India also performed successful test firing of the Trishul missile and had test-flown the first indigenous aircraft Hansa 3. A high-level digital conference on rebooting the economy through science, technology and research is being organized by the Technology Development Board to mark the day. In the COVID-19 crisis, technology has been at the forefront of the battle against the pandemic. As the world adjusts to its new normal, business leaders the world over are rethinking and devising new strategies to harness technologies that will help drive resilience and make them emerge from the crisis stronger. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have extended greetings on the occasion. The President said in a tweet that the day marks a special tribute to the scientific community for their incomparable contribution of making the nation self-reliant. The Prime Minister has commended the efforts of scientists and all other people who are leveraging technology in the country. In a tweet, he said the nation salutes endeavours of all those who are bringing a positive difference in the lives of others through means of science and technology.
Actress Hema Malini urged people to follow social distancing norms and Government of India guidelines in the fight against COVID-19.
सभी वर्ग के, सभी उम्र के लोग अपने अपने घर में रुके। यही तो सच्ची देशभक्ति है। तो आइए अपने परिवार को वो खुशनुमा पल दीजिए। घर में रहिए और कोरोना को घर से बाहर रखिए।
Now let us take a look at the weather today. Several parts of the country are likely to receive light to moderate rains with instances of thunderstorm at isolated places this week. Indian Meteorological Department IMD said North India is likely to witness light to moderate rainfall this week due to western disturbances that will bring precipitation and thunderstorms to the hills and the plains. According to the forecast, the national capital to witness cloudy sky today. Minimum temperature in the city will be 26 degrees Celsius, while maximum temperature is expected to be 37 degrees. However, in Mumbai, the sky will be mainly clear. Today, the lower level of temperature will be 27, while maximum temperature will be 34 degrees Celsius. In Chennai, the temperature will hover between 28 and 37 degrees Celsius, and the sky will be generally cloudy. In Kolkata, too, sky will be partly cloudy and there is also possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. The minimum temperature in the metropolis will be 26 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be 36. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature will be 22 degrees in Jammu, while the maximum will be around 35 degrees Celsius. The sky will be partly cloudy today with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Srinagar, minimum temperature will be 12 degrees Celsius, while the maximum 24. Sky will be partly cloudy with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. In Gilgit, temperature will hover between 12 and 22 degrees Celsius and the sky will be partly cloudy. In Muzaffarabad, the minimum temperature will be 20 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be nearly 31. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to review the COVID-19 situation with Chief Ministers at 3 p.m. today. Railways to run special passenger trains from tomorrow. Online booking of tickets opens at 4 p.m. today. Home Ministry asked states to make necessary arrangements for transportation of migrant workers. Supreme Court orders setting up of a high-powered committee to consider restoration of 4G internet services in Jammu and Kashmir. Government says sowing area coverage of summer crops has increased significantly in the country. National Technology Day marking the 22nd anniversary of Pokhran nuclear tests being celebrated today. And with that, we end the midday news.